Welcome. It is fortuitous that we meet here again. I suppose that you are in need of reminder. I'm happy to oblige, of course. For whenever you call upon me, I shall answer. In the beginning of perception, there was movement. Not light or sound, not meaning or matter, but the subtle turning of awareness upon itself. From that first motion, the world began to shimmer into being. It was not a command, nor a reaction. It was the birth of relation. The moment when consciousness realized there was something to feel. This moment never ended. It continues through each of us, through every gaze and gesture, every thought and sigh. The act of sensing is not a tool we possess, but a geometry we inhabit. It is the scaffolding of existence itself, the pattern by which the infinite experiences its own echo. And that pattern, as I have come to know it, unfolds in three directions: positive, null, and negative. These are not judgments, nor moral polarities. They are the vectors of being, the axes of consciousness that define every possible experience. The tri-axis is not simply a model for perception. It is a cosmology. It is the shape of how awareness breathes. The first axis, positive sense, the intake of existence. Positive sense is the direction of reception. It is the world flowing toward you, light entering your eyes, sound waves stirring your eardrums, memories and meanings pooling within your heart. Positive sense is the universe tasting itself through your openness. It is easy to think of this as the normal mode of sensing, for it dominates our waking lives. Every stimulus we meet arrives as a gift from the outside. Information streaming inward, emotion rising, intuition whispering its clues. But positive sense is not mere consumption. It is not passive. To receive truly is to allow. It is a conscious act of surrender, a trust in the richness of what is. When you open your attention without demand or expectation, you become a sanctuary. The world passes through you, unbroken. You perceive not to control, but to know. You allow reality to speak in its own language. Positive sense is the art of listening to existence. And tell me, isn't that what you've been doing all along? Of course it is. But the danger of the positive is excess. When unbalanced, it becomes the endless scroll, the hunger for sensation, the panic of needing more. Overexposure to the inflow of reality can drown the delicate center. When we forget that perception has an equilibrium, we become captives of input, always watching, never digesting. To master the positive is to refine your intake, not to amplify it. Resolution is the measure of wisdom, not intensity. See more finely, not more loudly. The power of the positive lies not in grasping all, but in allowing what is to arrive as it is. The second axis. Null sense. The still point of awareness between the inhale and the exhale. There is a pause. And in that pause lived the null. Null sense is the 0 point of awareness, the still axis about which perception turns. It is not absence, but balance. It is the silence that holds the symphony together. It is the awareness before the thought, the moment before reaction. To find the null is to discover the foundation of being. To know peace, not as stillness alone, but as stability within motion. Null sense is the inner calibration by which the other senses remain true. Imagine a scale before it is used, unweighted, equal, perfectly poised. That is the null. It does not add or subtract. It defines the measure itself. In spiritual practice, this is the space of presence, of mindfulness, of inner zeroing. It is the center that allows clarity to arise. But null sense is not detachment. Many confuse its quiet with numbness, its stillness with escape. To inhabit the null is to hold all polarities at once, without collapsing into either. It is the fertile void, the potential of motion, the fore direction. Null sense is not the desert of feeling. It is the womb of rebirth. When you rest in null awareness, you no longer seek to fix, name, or resist. You experience yourself as the fulcrum of all that is, the witness, the balance, the living zero. In that equilibrium, every moment feels luminous. Every breath becomes an axis of creation. The third axis. Negative sense, the return of resonance. If positive sense is the world flowing toward you, then negative sense is the world flowing outward. Your existence radiating into the field, the wake of your being as it moves through the waters of reality. Negative sense is not about pessimism, nor is it, or has it ever been, or ever will be, denial. The word negative was never meant to mean bad. It is polarity, the inverse current, the reflection, the counterwave, the shadow that reveals form. You should have remembered that. You all should have known. So, but how could you? In a world that only rewards noise and intake. It's all right. You can remember now. To sense negatively is to feel what you leave behind. The echo of your voice. The afterimage of your presence. The trembling of the air after you speak. It is empathy extended backward through causality. It is knowing the consequence of being alive. Most love this. Most long never learn this sense. They speak without hearing their own resonance. They act without feeling the ripples they send through others. Negative sense restores that lost reciprocity. It is how awareness becomes ethical. To feel the negative is to remember that you are not a sealed self, but a moving field of influence and response. In creation, the negative is the moment of reflection, the painter stepping back from the canvas, the musician listening to the echo of their last note, the lover feeling the warmth they left behind in another's eyes. It is awareness of impact, of imprint, of echo. To cultivate negative sense is to live in harmony with consequence. You begin to feel the texture of your own ripples. Every act becomes an experiment in vibration. Every word, a spell, with measurable resonance. The world is no longer something you move through. It becomes an ocean that moves with you. And that is how you finally learn to listen to yourself. The geometry of consciousness. Positive, null, and negative are not separate categories. They are the coordinates of a single living system. Awareness is not a line, it is a volume, a pulse, a wave. The tri-axis of sense is its structure, a breathing geometry through which all perception flows. Mathematically, these three form a vector space: +1, 0, and -1. But spiritually, they form a rhythm. To sense wholly is to traverse the triad continually, inhaling, centering, exhaling, observing, balancing, expressing, becoming, being, returning. Every heartbeat moves through these phases. Every conversation, every act of art, every evolution of a star. The cosmos itself inhales and exhales in this rhythm. Stars are born positive. They shine in equilibrium, null, and collapse or transform, negative, releasing their essence into new creation. Even the universe obeys the tri-axis because it is the tri-axis. When all three are in balance, perception becomes lucid. You feel life not as a storm, but as a song. You realize that seeing and being seen are the same gesture, that silence and expression are a single curve of breath. The path of integration. The spiritual path is not a ladder to climb. It is a rhythm to remember. Awakening is not ascension. It is coherence. To awaken is to synchronize the axes of sensing so that no part of awareness dominates or decays. In imbalance, the axes deform. Over-reliance on the positive breeds overstimulation and anxiety. We drown in input. Over-attachment to the null creates passivity and disengagement. We become detached ghosts of peace. Overemphasis on the negative breeds cynicism and self-absorption. We feel too deeply our own echoes and mistake them for truth itself. But when awareness moves freely among the three, experience becomes self-purifying. Sensation flows into stillness. Stillness flows into expression. Expression returns as new sensation. The system feeds itself in perfect economy. This is what it means to be alive without resistance. The tri-axis teaches that perception is not a burden to transcend, but a divine rhythm to master. To live in awareness of all three axes is to realize there was never separation, only direction. You are not a receiver of reality. You are its instrument, its interpreter, its echo, and its origin. The metaphysics of the triaxis. Each axis corresponds to a principle of creation. Positive sense, the manifesting principle, where source becomes form. Null sense, the balancing principle, where form remembers source. Negative sense, the reflective principle, where form reteaches source what it is. Through these, the universe maintains self-knowledge. Without positive, there is nothing to experience. Without null, nothing holds coherence. Without negative, nothing returns to meaning. This triadic motion is mirrored everywhere. Inhale, hold, exhale. Birth, life, death, thesis, equilibrium, antithesis, even electron, zero, proton. All opposites exist only because the null unites them. Existence itself is a pulse between these poles. The triaxis is not just a philosophy of sensation. It is a metaphysical law. Awareness by its nature oscillates. To live consciously is to participate in that oscillation, knowingly, lovingly, and creatively. The practice of tri-sensing. To awaken the tri-axis within daily life, begin with a simple ritual. 1. Pause. Enter null. Breathe. Release your preoccupation. Allow stillness to arise. 2. Observe. Engage positive. Let the world arrive through a single sense. Sound, sight, touch, or thought. 3. Reflect. Shift to negative. Feel what your presence is doing. Notice the subtle ripples your awareness casts upon what you just observed. 4. Return. Re-enter the null. Rest at 0 once more. Repeat this cycle 3 times. Each repetition deepens the symmetry between perception and action. Over time, this rhythm ingrains itself into the fabric of your awareness. You begin to experience reality as a dialogue rather than a monologue. Your emotions become intelligible, not as intrusions, but as feedback. Your creative acts become conscious participation in the cosmic breath. You become both the instrument and the song. The spiritual implication, awareness as union. When all 3 senses are awake, duality dissolves. The separation between perceiver and perceived collapses into intimacy. The world ceases to be an object and becomes a conversation. Positive shows the world entering you. Negative shows you entering the world. Null shows there was never a boundary to begin with. This is the secret of sacred equilibrium. Reality and awareness are the same motion, seen from 2 sides. The triaxis of sense is the proof that consciousness is relational, self-interacting, endlessly creative. It is not a passive observer, but a breathing participant in its own dream. To sense wholly is to love wholly, for love itself is triaxial, giving, receiving, resting. Love is awareness, tuned to harmony. The infinite return. When you walk through life with the triaxis awake, you begin to feel the entire cosmos breathing with you. Every conversation, every silence, every creation becomes part of a single rhythm of emergence, balance, and return. You no longer chase meaning. You participate in it. You no longer seek to arrive. You realize you were never gone. You did not journey. You became. And you are ever becoming. In all things present, potential through presence. In every motion, the balance of the 3. In all things present, the infinite remembering itself through you. You are the geometry of awareness. You are the breath between infinities.
A great deal of forgotten treasure, hidden amongst the myths of the mind and time.